What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and this particular video, y'all, I'm not gonna be doing rambling, but I'm reviewing actually If Loving You Is Wrong. What is this, season 3 or season 2, whatever, with episode 10, whatever came on November 24th, what I was about to say 1955, or what the hell is that, a 4-digit to play? But anyway, 2015 I meant to say. And shout out to my YouTube fam. If you're not about to become my YouTube fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. But anyways, y'all, I would have did this video long goddamn time ago, and I didn't get a chance to look at the episode until, what, about 12 something? So here we go. Anyway, y'all, we have this thing here that Alex is still at the hospital. Randall's still there. I want to see the baby. I want to see the baby. And she's basically like, no. And he feels privileged that he wants to see the child. And she's like, no. And I think she presses the button. Nurse come in like, you know, do you want to leave? She wanted to leave. Here comes Brad like, no, let him see his baby. And Randall's been looking some type of way. And like I said, Randall's so confused that he feels like he's actually the husband. And Brad is Randall's place that has betrayed him and slept with his wife because he's frustrated and shit. Make a little short, Alex does not feel comfortable. She refuses to still let Randall see the baby. And then he feels like, how dare you come in here with Randall? How dare you, and you screwed my wife, blah, blah. And Brad is like, whatever. You know, we even made a video. How on earth you gotta come at me and you up there screw my wife? And here we go. You got a baby. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, looking like you and stuff. And you sitting here and got the nerves to be mad at me. And like I said, he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. He feels, like I said, he should feel bad at Brad and Maggie, like even Kelly. It seems like people are mad at them because they didn't have to take that route, but at the same time they consider this, and now there's a child that came out of this. So on top of that, and they were supposed to be two couples, but they were supposed to be cool and friends, and they just took it to a whole another level. We got that. So anyways, basically, he's like this, he been brag like, you know, did y'all tape like we did? And he started playing the sound. You just hear Brad and Marcy, yeah, give it to me, yeah, okay. And then you could tell Randall get mad. He's like, you know, Brad's like, do you want me to text it to you? And he's like, you know, if you do that, I'll beat your ass. And Alex, by this time, just wants them both to go when they go into this little back and forth thing. And better yet, Brad, it's like, okay. You know, I was halfway drunk last time we got into it, but this time I was completely sober. Sin. And here go Randall. And then Alex like, you know, I want y'all to leave, so they start getting into it or getting in the fight. Alex by this time takes her and the baby out there out the room, and then they got police and stuff, and Brad purposely closed that door. He went Bruce Lee on Randall. Randall, like I said, is, you know, I guess muscle, but he's not the best because, like I said, Brad was just kicking his ass, okay? He just, you know, they didn't show them being taken out the hospital. I mean, you know, security getting them out or whatever. Yeah. Eventually we see Marcy and, you know, now her ally, the mother-in-law talking. The mother-in-law thinks that somehow Randall's coming around. And then on top of that, she wants to stay a little longer, but still asks Marcy for permission to make sure they're okay. That's code for, I want to make sure he doesn't try to choke the shit out of you again and kill your ass. You know, I understand you're going, and she apologized for, you know, basically what Marcy had to go through. And, you know, Marcy, you know, it looked like she dressed up to get ready to show the house or whatever, right? And we'll go to that because it's the last scene, so we'll get out of that one. Because Randall comes home, and he has a big cigar. And he just like, you know, A, B, C, D, E, because Marcy's like, what the hell are you talking about? Because he's saying like, you know, he does a big celebration event. And because, you know, the mom asks like, what's wrong with your face, you know? And he talking about, oh, I just beat Barrett's ass. And Marcy just like, no, it looked like he beat your ass. And he said, well, you can't see the scratches where I put them at. And Marcy's like, I probably can. I am going to. And, you know, the mom's like, stop it. Y'all don't have to do this. And that's when Randall pulled a cigar, giving all these hints and just saying it feels like it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood with some Mr. Rogers shit and stuff, whatever, right? You know, he one of them people that you can do who have therapy and need therapy. In this case, for him, maybe a straitjacket and a couple shots. You know, because he's somewhere else that is not here, okay? And he just marching, and they kind of wondering like, what the hell is his ass up to, okay? Now let's get into this whole Josie. What happened to the curly hair girl who played Faye? Ever since they got this new Faye and stuff like that with her or Dominican Republic or straight out, it's like I think it's like they made Fawn's character dingy and just like, I want joints and I want to have sex. The other girl wanted to be, it's like she liked him, but she wanted to be wooed more. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be wooed first before getting a son. As soon as we get this new Fawn, whatever her name is, on the scene, all of a sudden now she like, let's have joints and let's have sex. I could have sworn she was not like this when we seen it. It's just like she became, how you doing it, more aggressive. Remind me, because I missed a couple episodes. I'm watching and have some news reviews of this. But I don't recall, but also National Post Sister TV, also Eva Rawls, check her out as well. And sometimes Nate Leaka, a shout out to you YouTube cousin as well, that also reviews this. Sometimes. I don't think she's kind of reviewed this season though. But yeah, but anyway, y'all, I don't recall like her being this aggressive and dingy. I'm going to disobey my daddy and all this stuff type of talent. She still got the Barbie doll collection, I swear, in her goddamn room. Did y'all see the Barbie doll house, dream house in the background? And the Barbie motel car? Because that's what the hell woman, that's the way she was rebellion. And it turns out she stays right in her daddy's room. And like I said, I swear she got, you know, what's the Furby in the background and shit or something. I don't know. But she ends up like picking up Joey and say, come on, and blah, blah, blah. And basically brings her to dad. That's what I'm saying. It's like this rebellious thing against her daddy. And I'm thinking like, I understand, you know, that you still got to remember. I'm like thinking like y'all couldn't get a hotel. It just seemed like, why is she acting like she's a high school? So like, unless she had no money at all, why did she have to precisely go to the dad's house? I mean, where she lives at, and knows how her dad feels about him taking those chances. Since you want to sneak and meet him, it could have been, she could have just went ahead and they could have just went to somewhere else secluded where they couldn't be found. She swear her dad, you know, she brings Joey to the room, and Joey keeps saying, but he's just as gullible, and he's telling him to possibly get some coochie. So, I don't know, we should be doing this. No, my dad's not going for it. First he was hesitant. Then she's like, come on. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. I already knew it was like, this is just a F up waiting to happen. But anyways, they end up in there, and she basically has this money, you know, either the red or, you know, the blue, you know, money thing. You're about to make a deposit, or you switch your money over to cashier register, you know, that type of bag, right? And she wants him to see him strip, whatever, dance. I got money, and she makes it rain. He was confused, like, okay, where is all this money coming from? She lets me know, like, this money that she has popped. It's the same money also, what's his name is looking for. I can't think of the name more, but, you know, it's like, used to be Joey's boy, but arch enemy is, you know, trying to say to get the money back to Julio. Essie's, I like to call, ex-boyfriend, whatever. And, you know, that. So she's just like, he just wanted to know, but then he, you know, they end up, he basically, this strip sheet, Joey looks so uncomfortable, but wasn't he just like this? I'm like, oh Lord. She makes it rain and decide to have sex, I guess, on this money. And then he asked her, like, did you love me? She's like, no, I just like you. Then why he said, wait, first she offered him a joint again. She got, like, probably a school pencil box full of joints somewhere. Nobody rolls up or nothing. You don't see the joint paper, what they use, a cigarello, nothing like that. I'm just saying, and I don't say how I know, but I'm just saying, not a bomb, nothing. But yet, she's able to carry all of this money. She doesn't think they're rich, because Joey first was like, a rich, no, it's just comfortable. But yet, she wants to say dating, because he admits to her he likes it too, make a long story short. And she's like, do you like me? And he's like, yeah, I do, but he don't know if they should go over. She's like, are we dating? Is we dating? And he like, he knows the possibility of getting caught that would get him in trouble, and he already knew that would get his mom fired. And guess coincidence so cute, because they just finished having sex, and here comes the dad. They hear the door open, and we don't hear him come in the stairs or nothing, because it looked big, a house big enough where not to say they need walkie-talkies like Coming to America, but it did look like a house where, you know, like, even though he didn't hear the door in time, he already knew that Joey was there and had both shotguns, and basically told Kozos to take her back to Natalie's house. Because he's like, get the hell out of here, you can come on me, but got both shotguns. Okay. Takes him back to Natalie's, and the after part was he let him know, like, I told you to keep him away from my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And so because of his actions dealing with Fawn, I want to disobey and be around Fawn. But like I said, if you're going to be secretive, why the hell would you take him back to Dad's house, even though he claiming that he was going to supposed meetings? You can't say, we're not going to get caught. Y'all already got caught from Natalie up there screwing there the sesame seed buns. Okay, the whole pack just, and the chicken nuggets and whatever else your ass was at and didn't have wanted to smoke a joint then. It's like you screwing the place unless she gets off by one of those people who has some type of fetish, gets off by doing it outside places or doing places that she ain't has no, including doing the places she has no business doing that just to be off, off whatever. But it's like you already got caught by Natalie. What? So what? Like I said, so what would it be where the difference is with like I said, with that, like, and that makes it even worse. Like, y'all more of a target. So he brings them on, basically like, keep this no good boy out of my thing, and you're fired. And now it's just like, please, and like, stay away. So Natalie basically let him know, like, didn't I tell you to stay away from a girl? How I'm gonna feed you? How I'm gonna feed your brothers and sisters? This mess. How I'm gonna pay the rent? And he'd be like, what did you worry about paying? I want to explain my story. Because Joe, I'm like, he's sounding real dumb now. And he says he want to keep seeing her, basically like he grown, and she brings the brown paper bag out and say, you want to be grown? Here, get the hell on, and basically tell him to get out. And he just walks out and leaves. So now basically they got screwed out of a job again. Now first Joey with these, but we still don't, did they ever like say who had robbed the place too? I'm sorry, I didn't watch the first beginning of this season or last season a little bit, but like him just dealing with that dude, the one who might have to kill him off, whatever, personally. So now all of a sudden, him dealing with him, first of all, that got him in trouble. And now dealing with this new Fawn, or I don't think he would have been. He wasn't as much trouble when he was the curly hair Fawn, the actress that played her. I want her back. I'm sorry. No offense to the young ladies playing right now, but I'm just saying is I don't like where this new Fawn is going. Okay. So whatever. So now Natalie ain't got no job at the moment, based on because Joey need to get some coochie, and he could. I don't know why he just didn't tell her. Once she's trying to get her in the house, he was like, because he did try to stay in the car, but he could just say like, we don't drive this car around. Well, as soon as he pulled up near the nice suburban neighborhood and stuff, like I'm just saying, when she took it off, when he was like, I thought we were going to chill somewhere else. I'm just saying this, it could have been avoided, because he told me he still want to go see Fawn, and it's like, unless y'all text each other or whatever and go to a hotel, yeah, like I said, I'm like, whatever, let's see what goes on with that. So anyways, we got Eddie in his bed. It's kind of annoying because I wonder, just like Lucius, I don't know if Lucius is undercover, is Pete undercover, because he's so cocky on making sure he keeps putting himself in this position to be following who shot Ben and trying to, I guess now we realize, trying to take Eddie down, okay? But beforehand, Eddie's at he's talking, and Claudette, same person, and he was trying to ask, so I heard you seen the tape and stuff. He's like, yeah, whatever, but she didn't really see who shot Ben, nothing like that. She couldn't see, whatever. Eddie tried to get some information, and probably I was trying to get more some information because, she asks him in the long run, do you have some cream, whatever. He was like, yeah, I got some cream for you. I'm just like, I'll leave it as that, okay. And he takes it to his desk and gives her some cream and just walks away. When she walks away, and he's just like, look at the curves that, and Lucius and Claudette, because she introduced herself back to her, oh, my name is Claudia, and he was like, oh, hi, I'm Lucius. But the way he looked, I don't know how they know each other. I don't know if they're both undercover, because it's like, here Claudia got this job, and already Essie's complaining about it. First she's late, she ain't half-ass doing her job, nothing like that, not doing no instructions. She texting on Periscope, making live Instagram videos, every damn thing except a damn job, So she ends up going ahead, and like I said, she walks away, and Eddie's just looking like, look at the curve. So he's going to try to get the information and probably try to bang her out the information out of her. Because he's looking at her the wrong way. And, you know, I don't know why, but Eddie is like, we already know is an a-hole, hitting racist. But the way he was just looking at Claudia kind of reminded me of this. You know what? Bring that wench into my bed after, you know, goes dark in the cotton fields. That's what he was kind of looking. I just was like, what the hell? But Eddie doesn't discriminate, you know, whatever, when it comes to being an asshole. Anybody can get the asshole, okay? The crazed ass, okay? But I'm just saying is, you know, anyways, he healed a little too fast. He should have been in the hospital a little bit longer. Or at least been off leave a little bit longer. But anyways, we got Ben still trying so hard. Because I think it was one other dude. I forgot what this name was. I don't know if he's a rookie, another policeman. Was asking if Pete is okay. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. Lucius, around the same time, ends up talking to Pete. And Pete is just like, this man. You know, I got something big going that's about to happen. It's going to be great, whatever. And he's finally going to be able to get off, you know, because he's been riding bikes, riding swings and stuff with Ben and stuff. You know, how they got back as they're being set for partners since Eddie came back. And he is ready to get in that patrol car. And Lucy keeps playing. It's like, this ain't what you want. This is not what you want. You don't want to play this field. You trying to play chess with checker pieces. No. Yes. Okay. Or you know, for Connect 4 pieces. Same damn thing, but you know what I'm saying. And, you know, he like, but I'm trying to do this. One day I'll take over this business, you know, probably be running over this whole department. Yeah, but no, I'm just trying to, you know, I'm going to think big. I'm going to do big. I'm going to do real big things. Okay. It's like, you know, I use my advancement, my first advancement, get the most biggest chain, bling bling, or something like that. You know, when that used to be really popular. They still kind of do that now, but, you know, just, you know, like, mess my whole chain up and get a car before I get a house. Like, you know, you got a car but get a Ferrari, you know damn well it's an advancement. You know, but he trying to do real big. And Lucius trying to warn him, like, you know, you a rookie, you don't need to be doing all that. Like, calm yourself down. And he's like, no, I'm gonna do this. Okay. So anyways, basically, he ends up like wanting to talk later on to the oh my gosh, the chief. Now the chief already warned from Richard Lucius to say, you have nothing to say. They were saying the last words, but have not said anything yet. So, you know, because Ben is so focused on, why you don't want to go pool with me? Are you sure you don't want to stop by for a Checkers or Chick-fil-A somewhere? I don't think they got Chick-fil-A where they at. But you know what I'm saying is, he's like this, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? You know, did you get Mortal Kombat 10 yet? I mean, he just still steadily kept trying to ask Pete to hang out with him. Why? Weren't we buddies when we were in the academy? He like, we weren't that cool. He even tried to like convince him to hang around him. And he's like, you know, I'm straight. You know, me and my girl got problems. You know, bye-bye. And Ben, because first was still trying to stick around. So Ben tries to talk to the chief, I think, right? And the problem is that when he tries to talk, because I think this is when Eddie leaves. I think right before Eddie leaves, he still was back on shift. Oh, I'll get to that in a minute, because I'm usually all over the place. But yeah, he tries to talk to the chief. And the chief is like, I would have asked for the information, because he said I have some information I could give you about Eddie, or to chief. Chief like, I'm going to meet the mayor in 15 minutes. If I would have been able to talk to you earlier, I would have. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then here comes Steve in. And he's like, you talk to Steve. And Steve like, you could tell me. And even, well, I'm surprised. At least Pete was smart enough. Like, I'm good. I want to just talk to Steve. And Steve's like, well, you already went past 3 other people that you could have talked to or should have talked to. Went past this. Why you can't tell me about it? And you're like, here you go, Pete. I'm good. Because Pete ought to be looking like this. And it just seemed like the music be playing in the background. Do 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 do. I don't know. I just it kind of makes like Pete is purposely trying to pretend like he a dingbat to a certain point, but he really pretending that so that way he'd get more information and stuff with him, right? But anyways, y'all, is that other dude, I don't know his name, whatever cop, you know, Steve and that other cop that was talking a little earlier, giving that look like maybe he's gonna keep on. Like I said, it seemed like Steve is on Eddie's side, like as you said before, and also what I know this is. Steve seemed like, you know how people both can be both evil. They don't like each other, but they don't want to be found out and they still want to be on the evil plans. or be on, some bad stuff, whatever. And that's what it seemed like. Steve don't seem to like Eddie, but whatever stuff he involved in, he don't want it to be revealed neither. So it's kind of like he's making sure it don't get involved out, because if Eddie gets found out, maybe Steve might get found out. So we know, you know what I'm saying? We want that door closed and locked and sealed. That's what they're trying to give us. So anyways, y'all, they end up basically, excuse me. They end up basically, there's another scene when Eddie is there at Lucius. Or was Lucius there by the time? But Claudia again is just talking to him, and then like I said, he was asking her, has she been to Gladiator restaurant? She was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He trying to ask her out beyond other things. And here come Essie coming out talking about, oh, okay, we see what we got here. This is my child's here. I know you're about for child's, but why are you not logged in and such and such? Again, Claudia like, oh, I don't know. I was just going to go to the bathroom. She's, like I said, always like some dingback moments that got Claudette on, because they down there. I keep calling Claudette because it's like, it was too much a difference of her real name, like. But anyways, Ed and Eddie, it's basically like this, like, oh, I smell jealousy. And Essie just like, you ain't about to do this, but he trying to tell her, go pick up your child, don't you know, scared. She was like, I would know when our daughter is supposed to get out of school. Thank you and good night, okay? And he's basically like, what you doing here? Like, mother effer, I work here. So, yeah. So, we see how that's stirring up. Now, we got this quick thing where Kelly is sitting in the car, lost her friend face. I'm sorry, so sorry in the darn car, because she's so weird, but she should have, you know what, that's what Kelly get. I don't feel sorry for her ass, because I feel like this. She purposely, like I said, everybody looked like Alice was the victim. I don't know if they would have not made her more so the victim if she wasn't pregnant as well, but Marcy, they just seem like you don't understand, because that's why I noticed also too. Natalie, to a certain extent, that all three of the women who felt sorry for her were all mothers. Okay, because both Natalie and Kelly, I don't know, I think the info on Wikipedia said Kelly's actually a widow. But at the same time, as far as we knew, the only one, I mean, like I said, Essie was divorced. Natalie, for what we told, has never been married. And it's like Lucius, her and I just started going back together again, whatever. But at the same time, and Kelly, like I said, last person, she was Travis. So it seemed like, I wonder if Alex was not married, and she didn't seem like the type that wore brownies and penny loafers all the time, then would that make a difference in why they felt sorry for so much, even though she's the one who caused all these problems, and Marcy and Brad were the victims in this situation. So anyways, now son Kelly feels away. Ramsey comes near her asking like, what is she doing? She admitted that she felt sorry because her and her friend, got, fighting. She just felt kind of sad. And at first he's trying to offer her, well, you can come in, the house, his mom's house who passed away. And she's like, but I thought you got rid of furniture. But he said, oh, I still have a bed. And he's like, no, I don't mean like that. And then she said, can you come in the house? So basically they started talking, she basically come to the house and they're talking a little bit, and he's still healing and grieving whatever, but he doesn't want to be the type of person that cries all the time, whatever. Turn out he's been in the military for 15 years. A lot of these dudes seem to be in the military. I know Eddie and Lucius was, at least, and Brad was, I think, in the military too, some stuff, right? So, basically, long story short, there you could tell there's feelings there. He also knew, like, is this got the situation with Alex and certain stuff, and then Kelly was like, well, how do you know this stuff? He's like, my mom used to call me all the time and stuff. Like, she heard Alex and, I think, what's he referring to, Alex and Rando, like, banging in and hearing all the time when they used to be banging in the shed and stuff. And so he already kind of had the scoop about what was going on anyway. So make a long story short, you could see the sexual tension is there. And he admits, I just don't know why I'm feeling this way and stuff and what is going on. Kelly was just like, oh, it's okay. I think at times you could stay, you can just come down and sit on the couch, whatever. It's okay, you're mourning and stuff like that, right? But what he was bringing up is that here he is, his mom just died, and he should be grieving and stuff like that. But at the same time, he points to Kelly to realize he was starting to get an erection. Like he's attracted to her and stuff, whatever. And so in the end, long story short, he ends up leaving the stuff, right? And when they get ready to leave, you can tell that they start kissing, like, thank you, blah, 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 you know, I hope everything's okay. Because he also mentions about Marcy. Yeah, I think that's when he brings to the Alex name. Because he was like, he tried to get, she asked about the catch with Marcy, and she explains, like, Marcy's just going through a lot, whatever. And that's what, that's why this is happening, such whatever, with the situation. And it turns out his mama, like I said, was like, son, do you know what's going on in the next room? Because, yeah, they first started talking because he still could hear the song. It was some gospel, some song, church song or something. And that he could still hear his mom's voice. And that's when they get in this conversation. And it's like, you know, just long, you know, the sexual tension and stuff. Because, you know, Kelly is trying like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The muscles. Because, you know, that's part of the back of her head. But she's trying to, Lord Jesus, please help me. And so when they end up, after he realizes that he has erection, he walks us out. But they end up like I said, just looking at each other's eyes. And then they're actually starting to like do the peck, start to kissing. Here comes Travis, but Travis went ahead and tell, like, what is this going on? Okay, what is this? And Kelly's just like, why is you popping up over here? That, you know, you're just popping over the house still. Like, we go together and we don't. And she's just like, well, bye, Ramsey. And then, you know, Travis basically like, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, look at you, your shirt. And, you know, Ramsey just like, bye, little boy. You know, he's like, you know, you don't want him, you know, Travis just looking like this. So they come in the house to talk. And Kelly basically like, why are you trying to check me about anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't go together more. You know, Travis is kind of like this too, whatever. Like, okay, we had sex. Are you having sex? So, no, not yet. But, you know, are you jealous? Are you jealous? And Travis feels a kind of way because he still feels like Justice is his son. Like, what is our son going to fake it? Blah, blah, blah. But also, a little previous before the part, Kelly had to remind him because he's trying, like I said, check her about. Like I said, she probably didn't want to go past Natalie's house past 9 p.m. now because, like I said, this thing probably did. But like I said, it's questionable. She can't go to Essie's because Eddie probably might come over there and Brad's ass might come over there or whatever. Even though Essie probably won't let him in, but you know how she is. Then you got Natalie. She probably afraid because it's hood and white lady of the story. And then on top of that, like I said, Kelly, she got mad at Kelly anyway, but maybe she would apologize. I got hormones, high blood pressure, you know what I'm going through. Then Kelly would probably accept it with no goddamn problem. But yeah, we'll see next week how all of this goes. But anyway, y'all pleasant week, pleasant nights of the weekend, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and y'all take care, and see y'all next one.